Yes, sir.
Hola. Hola. Well, it's nice to be back in Playa del Carmen. I've been away for long. It's been almost a year, but I'm back. I'm just gonna do a little video of this. Strawberries. Quanto custa? Quanto vale?
De fresa natural a 60.
60.
Sí.
60 pesos, ¿no? Whoa. Whoa. Look at this. This is something else. This is primo. Beautiful. Okay. Gracias. And that's a Mexican waffle. Amazing. That it was 60 pesos.
Looks like Huntington.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. Just
Okay, hold on. Let's cross the street. Watch. Run. Run, run.
space.
Chinese restaurant. Look at this, belt buckles. Watches. Wallets. Gracias. Belt buckles. We're just walking down the main street here in Playa. The one that heads down to the bus station. Just to get a flavor for the local scene. It's quite vibrant. Hola! I have to say the Mexican people are beautiful. They're really friendly, very cheerful, very helpful. So this is where you farmacias. Pharmacies are typically right next to a doctor. You go see a doctor, he gives you a prescription, and you go here to the pharmacy. A doctor costs about 40 pesos. Private medicine here is about 40 pesos. So colectivos, look, this is how they get around here. They don't have buses here. They have what's called colectivos. You pay 10 pesos and they drive you around. There's another one. Right there. See, it says colectivo. Careful, Joe. Be careful. See how it says colectivo? You can jump on. This is where I usually get a SIM card, Telecel, and you get a really cheap cell phone plan. So if you don't want to pay the roaming charges, that's where you go. Huh? I thought it was Metro for a What's that? Huh? Yeah. I can edit. Oh, look at this restaurant. Gracias. Look how much cheaper it is here. Look at the smoothies here. Agua frescas. 35 pesos. Like the other places. Look how much the burritos are. Look at the prices. Of course. See the difference? Muy gracias. Not gonna happen, bro. He thinks my camera's gonna get snatched. What do you think? You think my camera's gonna get snatched? My phone got snatched. It did. Last year it got snatched in Guadalajara. I made a video about it. But this is not going to get snatched. So this is where you come if you want to buy cheap stuff. If you don't want to pay a lot of money, come here. So you didn't want to go to the cenotes to explore downtown Playa. Huh? What do you think? What's your impressions? Crazy? Really? Oh, nice. Look, these are Mexican stalls. So Julian, what is this? You don't want to eat the tortillas? You gotta try it. Huh? You wouldn't eat at one of those stalls? So, you'd rather eat at a proper restaurant. A real sit-down restaurant, right? So let's go to 10th Avenue. Usually there's some nice restaurants on 10th Avenue.
Not really hungry.
Not hungry?
I'm really full.
Alright, so we won't go to 10th Avenue. All right. Here we go. We're almost at the bus station. We're almost at the bus station at 5th Avenue. It's another, this is where locals will eat. This is what you would get. Look at this, Julian. It's like a shawarma. It's like chicken with sauce. Look at it. And they make little tacos out of it. See?
El cigarrito es mi vida, que nunca he tenido queja. Cuando consigo una chica, que me lleva donde quiera.
How do you undo this?
Cuando consigo una chica, que me lleva donde quiera.
So here we are at the bus station, the Central Adio bus station in Playa, the center of the universe. And you can see all the taxis here to my left, all waiting to take the tourists to the airport or wherever else they need to go. And here we are, the famous 5th Avenue, where all the action is. This is where all the action is. I'm just gonna see these guys here.
We were just here.
The mariachis, bro. I'm gonna check out the mariachis.
We just watched it.
Did you see these mariachis? I haven't seen
On the
these
drone.
mariachis.
On the drone, filming them. Remember?
Did I really? No. So these are the mariachis. The wandering mariachis who go around restaurant to restaurant, entertaining the guests. And I think you can see in the distance the Mayan indigenous doing their thing.
Por favor, no puede entrar a menos que consuma. No vayas al fandango, no te pongas más azules, para que salgas a bailar sábado, domingo y lunes. No vayas al fandango, no te pongas más azules, para que salgas a bailar sábado, domingo y lunes.
They're always trying to get you to buy something. See what I mean, Julian? So as you can see, how lively it is at the moment on Fifth Avenue. It's almost 7 o'clock and it's very busy. Jillian and I are going to look for a place to eat, maybe take a little break in between, and we're going to catch up with you. What's that? We'll take a little break anyway and see what we find later on. Bye for now. So if you come to Playa del Carmen and you're coming from the airport or any other town, this bus station here on Fifth Avenue is probably the bus station you're going to get off at. Here on the side, you're going to see all the taxis. Taxis are coming here to drop people off, and at the same time, they're picking people up, mostly for the airport, but also anywhere else. So if you're willing to share a cab, you can probably get a really good price at the airport, but I think the best price is actually in here, in the terminal, where it costs you about 215 or 220 pesos to get to the Cancun airport. And you know, the cool thing about this terminal is that once you get off, and that's the exit over there, that once you get off, you can literally take your bags, like you can see these guys back here. You take your bags, and if you got a roller bag, you can literally just roll your way to your hotel. Very easy, very accessible. Unlike Tulum and other centers, this bus station is actually very conveniently placed, and if you have a roller bag, it's not too heavy. You can literally roll your way to your hotel very easily. So keep that in mind. You don't need to take a cab from the airport. A bus is adequate. It's actually a nice bus, a VIP bus. It takes about an hour or less, maybe 40 minutes to get here. It's not a lot of time, so keep that in mind. Buenos dias. Beautiful day in Playa del Carmen. I'm just walking over to a coffee shop at the moment, and I thought I'd do a catch-up video. I've been here now for about 3 nights with my son. He's on March break, and we've been visiting some cenotes and just exploring Playa a little bit. I wanted him to do some more things like scuba diving, but that wasn't in his menu, so we skipped that. Anyways, I just wanted to catch up and talk a little bit about Playa. Beautiful as usual. Hasn't changed much. Things are much more vibrant right now. There's no restrictions, there's no COVID nonsense, so it's actually a really pleasant place to come to right now. I also wanted to maybe catch up a bit and talk about, if you come to Playa for the first time, or to Mexico the first time, and you're planning to buy things, I wanted to talk a little bit about negotiations. How to negotiate, when to negotiate. So, if you're buying from small establishments, local little boutique stores, if they're not franchises or a chain, then you're 99% sure that you can negotiate. So, whatever the price is, you can usually negotiate 20 to 30%, sometimes 40% lower than what it's listed at. I'll give you an example. The other day I was looking at some mezcal, which is a type of drink. I don't drink myself, but my friend does. So I was looking at this bottle of mezcal, And I started chatting with the lady who was the salesperson, very friendly. And originally she offered it to me for 175 US dollars, which I thought was really expensive, but anyways, just chatting with her. I thought it was an interesting bottle because it actually had like a little scorpion inside the bottle. I thought that was cute, good little gimmick. Anyways, I wanted to buy it, and she offered it to me for 175. And after humming and hawing, saying, "Oh, maybe I'll come back tomorrow," she said, "Give me a minute." And she pretended to be on her calculator. And then she said, "Oh, well, since you're such a nice guy, I'm gonna reduce my commission to $125. So the mezcal would be $125. So that was an interesting deduction. I'm just going to buy a coffee here. Just looking for my change. So that bottle of mezcal went from can't seem to get the right change. That bottle of mezcal all of a sudden went from $175 to $125. Check out. I still said to her, "Listen, I'm not sure. I'm going to come back tomorrow." And she, said, "Listen, since you're leaving tomorrow, whatever, I'll give it to you for $105. So all of a sudden, within the course of about 20 minutes of talking to this person, my mezcal went from $175 to $105 US. Anyways, I still didn't buy it because I wasn't sure, and I wasn't sure if I was going to. I wasn't sure. Hola, latte, medio, caliente, leche normal. Para aquí. Leche soya. Sí. Medio, caliente. Buying a latte here. Pesos. Gracias. Anyways, I'm going to carry on with the story. Here. So, negotiations. The next day, I was in a different part of Playa, and I noticed a mezcal tequila store, and I saw the same bottle, and I was just curious, and I went in there, and I was talking to the guy, and I asked how much it was. He brought out his calculator, and he gave me a quote of about $170. And I said, "Listen, yesterday there's a woman down the street, and she offered this to me for $105. He goes, "Okay, well, I'll give it to you for $100. And at that point, we didn't even negotiate whether I was going to pay cash or a credit card or anything like that. So this is just to give you an example of how prices can change. If you're willing just to negotiate in the right spirit and in the right way, you'll most likely be able to knock 20, 30, 40% off something, which is for sale here. Especially if you're on Fifth Avenue, because everything on Fifth Avenue is extremely expensive. Like restaurants, anything you buy, anything from suntan lotion, anything, literally, water, anything, the cost goes up here on Fifth Avenue. So if you want to get things cheaper, I would recommend you go to 10th Avenue or 20th Avenue, and there all of a sudden the prices extremely drop for everything. But again, if you're not here to walk around, so forth, then it doesn't matter. But if you want to save some money, I'd walk up to 20th Avenue, and you can get things a lot cheaper. Even the restaurants. If you go to 10th Avenue, really good restaurants. Really good restaurants. Steak restaurants, really good vegetarian restaurants, what have you, and they're literally 30-40% off than what you would pay for here on Fifth Avenue, just because it's Fifth Avenue. So just keep that in mind. And if you're negotiating, you could also use you could also ask if it would be cheaper if you paid cash versus credit card. Because with the credit card, these people, they're paying a fee, 3-4% goes to credit card fees, and sometimes they'll be able to negotiate better with cash for all kinds of reasons. So keep that in mind. But the best thing is find out if you really want it or not, whether you really need it or not, and shop around. Even if it's a t-shirt, a souvenir, what have you, it's all very negotiable, and the prices fluctuate a lot depending on the location and where you are. So just keep that in mind. But when you're negotiating, I really recommend that you keep things light and cheerful, funny, and don't get too dramatic about it. If you're really hardcore and you really want to know what you can get it for, you could try just walking out of the store saying, this is my last offer, let me know if you change your mind, and you walk out. And as soon as you walk out the store, if that salesman is serious about selling it to you at that price, he will come after you. If he doesn't come after you, it's because he doesn't want to sell it for that, or he doesn't want to let it go. So you're finding out basically, what you can get it for. That's it. Thank you. So that's it. That's my tip of the day for negotiation. So I'll catch up to you soon. Take care. Thanks for supporting my channel. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them. I'd be glad to answer. Take care for now.